Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar covering the topic of the art of increasing digital engagement in the insurance industry. We appreciate you joining us today using Microsoft Teams. We suspect most of you are connecting from your homes, like us, having perhaps to still remain confined and keep your social distancing, unless, of course, you are sitting on your beach recliner. Anyways, those are interesting times, and all we can hope for is for our lives to get back to normal as soon as possible. Now, what we mean by normal and how, as businesses, we need to adapt to that new normal, we'll try to cover it during this webinar. If you're coming across with the SmartMessage brand for the first time, we are a technology company providing digital communication solutions as a software to various companies around the world. In particular, we help financial institutions, including insurance and life insurance companies, communicate effectively with their audience by orchestrating various channels for a unified customer journey and a positive customer experience. We picked today's topic being conscious of the new challenges COVID-19 represents for the insurance industry all around the world. Nevertheless, we see in those challenges some opportunities which we will be happy to describe you during this call. Our webinar should last approximately 35 minutes, after which we would be happy to answer your questions. You can ask your questions using the right pane of the webinar screen. Please make sure to state your name and last name. Rest assured, we will be sharing with you the recording of this webinar by email after it's completed. I am Kerim Belen-Bertrand. I will be presenting today's webinar together with my colleagues Burcu Uslu and Murat Güner. First and foremost, please kindly review our legal disclaimer, which you may probably have trouble to read. No worries, you will be receiving it as part of the webinar recording later on. As mentioned, due to COVID-19, many industries took a big hit with the distancing precautions and the mandatory confinement. Many companies had to implement business continuity measures where many of their employees have been asked to work from home. While many businesses, especially shops and restaurants, have been closed, we saw some businesses also flourish, such as e-commerce websites, Amazon for one, or food delivery apps like Uber Eats. We saw a necessity to be able to serve customers from distance with the help of technology. This has been to some extent the case as well for the insurance industry. Technology helps connect people with products and services they would have not been able to access otherwise. We call this accelerated shift to digital engagement due to the pandemic effect. With the pandemic, we have seen customers no longer trust cash as they don't find it hygienic. How can we promote the use of cash when social distancing was more than a requirement, but also a legal obligation? Consumers therefore gradually shifted to no-touch or cashless alternatives such as mobile payments. When the use of digital methods has been necessary to offer products and services to consumers, a digital omni-channel presence has become necessary to onboard, retain, and service customers effectively. Through those various channels, customers have been looking for communication and business continuity to mitigate the impact of the pandemic. We also saw that the quick adopters of new technologies benefited most of this change since they embraced the new way of communication via digital channels. So customer expectations have increased during this period. Indeed, with the pandemic, we have seen a new customer profile emerge. The Generation X is catching up rapidly with the millennials in digital engagement, not mentioning, of course, some baby boomers familiarizing themselves with mobile apps more by need than by curiosity. I mean, I know as a fact that my mother uses her mobile phone more than ever now to do all kinds of transactions, and she keeps asking me how she can retrieve her password, etc. Anyways, the increase in online and app usage has reached 100% over the last 2 years, with significant acceleration of that shift with the pandemic. When engaging with their vendors, consumers seek an engagement on more than one digital channel without any digital friction. Digital friction meaning they expect the same experience across all channels and prefer a personalized messaging, which we often call hyper-personalization. They expect their provider to know who they are and engage them the way they desire. The pandemic also helped commoditize services as consumers are more and more likely to buy them via digital channels for its convenience. They can compare companies, products, prices easily, and are more prone to make an online purchase. In the new normal, customers expect a seamless experience across multiple channels. They expect to receive the right message relevant to them at the right time from the right channel. These are, by the way, the principles of omnichannel engagement. However, they also expect to be engaged at the right place thanks to geofencing, for example. This could be an ATM, branch, or partner vendor. And to be engaged in the right context, meaning they expect to be engaged based on their behavior, choices, and events. This could be like offering a Starbucks coupon for a hot coffee on a rainy day when the customer is nearby Starbucks, assuming that Starbucks is part of the partner brands. I'm not making any commercials, of course, here. Today, despite the increased digitalization, only 50% of insurers fulfill the hyper-personalization need of their customers. There is obviously significant room for growth, but the transformation is there. However, still only 35% of the insurers provide their agents with the necessary digital tools to track their customers. Technology is not yet widely utilized across and within the industry in engaging digitally with today's consumers, as only 30% of insurers think websites and mobile apps are effective enough in driving sales. Yet, in the current economic and social crisis resulting from this pandemic, an effective digital marketing strategy can, even for insurance companies, lead to increased visibility, increased trustworthiness and market share, higher web and mobile traffic, increased number of returning customers, more leads or sales, and perhaps a better profit margin, even though this cannot be the #1 priority nowadays. But how can we build an effective digital strategy or digital engagement with the customers? At the core, we find 3 critical pillars. The first one being the unification of customer data in order to avoid digital friction, which we briefly explained earlier, and to deliver a seamless experience across all channels with a highly personalized touch. The second pillar is the omnichannel approach, which is meant to help reaching more effectively the customer, improve his/her satisfaction with a direct impact on loyalty and therefore retention. For the sake of our presentation, in omnichannel, we put the collective use of multiple interconnected channels where the customer journey becomes seamless and frictionless. We're obviously not preaching digital harassment, which in fact could be a very interesting topic for another webinar. Last will be the marketing automation, meaning the orchestration of all those various channels in the most cost-effective way and communication with the customer at the right time, in the right context and place with the right content. What we understand by automation is far beyond a simple if this then that type of flow, but rather a combination of real-time events on various digital platforms that are turned into real-time actions thanks to complex scenarios and workflows. I would like to hand over the presentation now to Burcu, who will cover some use cases that are made possible thanks to delicate orchestration of various digital channels with the help of marketing automation. I believe my colleague is still on mute.
Hello.
Hello, Burcu, it's over to you.
Okay, am I audible now? I think there was a problem, so sorry. Thank you, Kerem. This is Burcu. Now I will continue the webinar by going over a few cases, use cases specific to the insurance industry. I think It's important to mention that the use cases that I will be presenting can be created to fully function automatically by utilizing the digital communication and marketing automation tool of SmartMessage. It's called AutoFlow. The use cases that I will be presenting will sample digital customer acquisition, retention and cross-sell, and then my colleague Murat will take over and continue with the customer management. For the sake of the presentation, we've created a fictive customer named Cindy and a fictive insurance company with a catchy name, Smart Insurance. So in our first scenario, our potential customer Cindy navigates through Smart Insurance's website and decides to fill in the product information form to request more information regarding the plans she's interested in. Once she fills in the form, the flow previously created on the marketing automation tool is triggered and commands to send an SMS to the customer. The SMS is for the purpose of informing the prospect on the receipt of her request and notifies that she will be contacted soon by the call center. Hence, a ticket is assigned by the automation tool to the call center, and Smart Insurance agent calls Cindy. If she is reachable, she is informed by the agent on the plan that best suits her, and she's offered a campaign. If Cindy is unreachable, the automation tool receives the call status data from the call center. The solution triggers another SMS to let Cindy know that she was contacted and that she will be offered the best plan once she fills in her profile information through the link provided in the SMS. When Cindy fills in the form, she's offered the best plan. If the prospect is not responsive to purchase after a predefined period of time, then she is reminded through SMS or another message tool of her choice, and she's offered an incentive to complete the purchase. Here in this case, it's a lottery, for instance. In this scenario, the prospect is hopefully turned into a customer through effortless follow-up. Friend referrals are other means to generate leads and convert prospects into customers, especially in the digital world. Our dear Cindy, who has now become a customer, is provided a customized link inviting her to share it with her friends. If any of Cindy's friends is interested and clicks the link provided by her and fills in the form, the same flow that I described in the previous scenario runs. The system recognizes the new lead being referred by Cindy and offers a generous bonus or gift to both Cindy and her friend, who is now a new customer for Smart Insurance. Gladly, in the previous scenario, we gained a new customer. Yet, something that is very important and even more important than acquiring new customers, especially in this very competitive industry, is to retain your customer. So we will showcase a simple scenario for customer retention and cross-sell. A month prior to her policy termination, Cindy receives an email reminding her that if she renews her policy, she will be offered an incentive like an iPhone lottery or a special discount or the like. The automation tool that works behind continuously evaluates the policy due dates and triggers the marketing communication tool to act on sending an email, SMS, or a push notification, depending on the consent of the client. So it becomes a hassle-free process to remind and retain an existing customer within the system. And when Cindy does not click on the link provided in the reminder message for a predefined period of time after she receives it, she's sent a second reminder with presented incentive. Once she clicks on the link to renew her policy, her premiums are calculated and the best campaigns and offers are sent to her via her preferred channel. Similarly, in this retention scenario, throughout the life cycle of the policy, the automation tool checks and evaluates the customer profiles, and through segmentation, it triggers the best campaign that the customer may be interested in. In this scenario, for instance, Cindy is notified of a campaign on dental plans and informed that only for a small increase in her annual premium payments, she will be eligible for a dental plan. These types of campaigns over digital platforms catch the interest of the customers and not only retain the customer, but also provide insurance companies with cross-sell opportunities. Thanks to the digital communication and marketing automation algorithms, this becomes an easy catch, especially if the company has limited human resources to handle bulk customer data. Let's look deeper into a cross-sell opportunity generation through the digital platforms. When a customer logs into the insurance company's website and navigates through personal accident insurance plans, say for 5 minutes, this customer behavior is analyzed and fed as data into the automation tool to trigger a message as an SMS, push, or email, or even through WhatsApp. The message contains a special link notifying her that if she wishes to be contacted by the company agent, she may choose her most suitable time slot. Once Cindy selects her available time, a ticket is assigned by the automation tool to the call center and an agent is scheduled for the call. The types of messages to communicate with the customers vary from SMS to push notifications. Through the use of digital communication platforms and automation tools, the insurance companies who already have an app in the market may use customer data to trigger the campaign notifications via interactive push, rich push, and also location-based push. The customer's location data sometimes provides a great additional opportunity to notify them of existing campaigns or sometimes events they may be interested in within a specific geographical fence. Instant push notifications inform the customers of these opportunities and help with retention, customer satisfaction, and most importantly, customer engagement. Well, I'm sure today many of us enjoyed the speed of interacting with quality chatbots, where we have a simple question to be quickly answered or a handy simple information that we look for. Basically, instead of waiting for long queues on hold for the call center agent to respond, we can today provide these types of services through many social and digital platforms such as WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Viber, and the like. A customer may easily note your existence on, for example, WhatsApp, and may decide to interact through the channel for getting product information or simple claims calculations, pension funds, etc. Today, we can even offer payment solutions over WhatsApp-powered chatbots, thanks to an integration with, for instance, MasterPass. As I am approaching closer to the end of my part in this webinar, one more use case that involves the obligatory periodic transactional messages that we need to communicate to our customers. With automation and digital communication tools, we're now able to send bulk transactional messages to our customers in a personalized package. By automatically creating a custom link specific to the individual customer, we're now able to share policy documents, contracts, monthly statements, and even the results of damage claims. By using the power of these tools, not only we do personalized bulk transactional messages, but we also guarantee the security of the content of messages. Through the custom links where the customers are able to obtain their transactional documents, other types of verifications are also possible to implement. Basically, what happens in these scenarios is that different templates in the background are created for different transactions. It's enough to create these templates only once and for all, since the automation tool retrieves regularly corresponding data from the insurance company's database at a specified predefined frequency. In this case, for instance, monthly. Then the automation tool triggers the delivery of personalized messages containing personalized links to the individual customer so that she can securely receive her documents at the right time through the right channel with the right content. Now I'm leaving the stage for Murat, my colleague, and later on we will be handling your questions and we will be very happy to receive your comments as well.
Thank you, Burcu. Hello, dear guests. My name is Murat Güner, and I'm the Regional Sales Manager based in Dubai and covering Middle East and Africa. Since we covered the customer acquisition and retention, let's have a look at now our last part for digital engagement, which is customer management. As my colleague Burcu mentioned, Autoflow is a SmartMessage state-of-the-art marketing automation and stream analytics module. It enables the creation of event-triggered automated campaigns on a user-friendly canvas with drag-and-drop functionality. Our automation tool reviews the annual payments of customers in order to recommend additional benefits from existing campaigns. Here, SMS, push, or email notification is sent to Cindy as she is eligible for dental plan in exchange for a small increase in her premium. At this example, SMS mentions as, "Dear Cindy, you are eligible for a dental plan at only $200 additional premium to your policy. Click the link to confirm additional premium." If she does not click on the link, 1 week later, an SMS, email, or push reminder is sent to her. Customers' consent became much more critical and crucial in the world of marketing, especially in the countries where GDPR or GDPR-like regulations are in place or coming in full force. Now it's important to be able to manage all communication consent and preference through a single platform. With our audience module, we can collect communication consent and preferences based on the customer's time zone, channel preference, time frame, and language, etc. We can integrate these data to a CRM and maintain all information on a single platform. We can build a personalized experience for customers by communicating at the right time, where the right channel, and with the right content. We can verify customers' contact data such as email, GSM, postal addresses periodically through the digital channels. Call center calls and SMS can be also used for correcting wrong addresses. As you see in the example, Cindy can update her communication consent and verify her data by clicking a link which has been received through digital channels such as SMS, email, or push notification. Collection tracking can also be done by defining flows and actions with the marketing automation module. Let's assume that Cindy does not pay her monthly premium. After 3 days, an SMS reminder is sent to Cindy stating that the payment has not been received, and it directs her to check her payment information. After 30 days, a task is assigned to the call center in case Cindy's payment is still not received. The call center calls Cindy, and if her number is out of reach, then SmartMessage Autoflow assigns the case to the collection department. This flow ensures the process to be effectively tracked with the use of various digital channels. Before I finish, I would like to briefly tell you about who we are. SmartMessage was founded in 2005 in Istanbul and is a global software company specialized in marketing technologies. We have around 100 employees working out of 5 countries: Turkey, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Germany, and the USA. For the past 15 years, our company has provided innovative solutions to more than 40 financial institutions and has over 2,000 customers across a wide range of industries, including insurance, financial services, and telecommunications. In Turkey, where we have our headquarters, more than 80% of insurance companies and banks are using SmartMessage solutions to communicate effectively with their customers. Major telecom companies in Turkey and the Middle East, such as Turkish Telecom, Vodafone, Turkcell, Javi, Du, and Etisalat, are our business partners. SmartMessage is a highly recognized Microsoft Gold partner and Microsoft Cloud solution provider. Our solutions are global enterprise ready with multi-language and multi-currency support. We also offer high availability and scalability. Furthermore, we work like boutique company as we do not rely on external system integrators and cover all the integration and deployment needs in-house, thus shortening significantly the time needed to go live on our platform. Our solutions can be offered on-premise, private cloud, hybrid, or even via our SaaS platform on public cloud. We customize our solutions based on our client requirements and integrate them easily with any third-party applications using REST APIs and connectors. Should you wish to learn more about our capabilities, please feel free to contact us, and we will gladly assist you. Thank you again for taking the time to participate in this webinar. I am now handing over to Kerim for the Q&A session.
Thank you, Murat. Thank you very much. To you as well. Hello again. I have picked a couple of questions coming from the audience, which I will try to answer as well as possible. One question we received is whether we consider call centers as a digital channel. Yeah, the answer is yes. A phone call is a digital connection, whether we like it or not. And the true meaning and impact of a call center comes when the call center software is integrated with a platform that triggers at the same time all the other channels such as email, SMS, push. So in fact, the call center can become a very effective channel in an omni-channel digital approach. Another question is, how flexible is your platform in terms of integrations? And we use Microsoft Dynamics, a CRM and a CMS. Well, in fact, we can integrate with any sort of CRM, core banking system, ERP, any platform, whether directly through API or via connectors, as Murat mentioned. But in fact, since we are also a Microsoft partner, we have developed a native add-on for Microsoft Dynamics particularly, meaning that if you are a user of Microsoft Dynamics, you can install automatically two of the most critical tools we have for outbound campaign management, as well as automation in Dynamics, and retrieve all the results of your campaigns within Dynamics again. One last question is, at the moment, we use different digital channels to reach our customers. We are considering using a chatbot. From experience, how do you see the effectiveness of chatbots? That's actually a very good question. And what I should say is that during the last couple of months, the importance of chatbots has increased tremendously, since chatbots have helped a lot of the companies that we work with basically reduce the burden or the impact or the workload on call centers. So chatbots are actually a critical tool to address client requirements, client needs 24/7. We even integrated very recently a payment solution in chatbots thanks to Masterpass. And we see in the market that chatbots across all industries, actually, especially in retail, banking, and insurance, we see the increase of chatbot needs. Every company is into chatbot. But again, you need to be careful about how you handle a chatbot integration, what you want out of a chatbot. Sometimes we're asking too much out of a chatbot. We want the chatbot to actually understand everything that is written, etc. So we want AI involved. And we've seen a lot of chatbot cases where the result is not necessarily a success. So keep in mind the rule of thumb, keep it simple. I'm certain if you keep it simple enough and easy and user-friendly enough, a chatbot could be an extremely advantageous channel to help not just the call center, but at the same time help engage better with the customer. Thank you so much for attending this webinar. It's been a pleasure to address you, and we are looking forward to welcome you in our upcoming webinars, and we shall be sending you the presentation quite soon. Thank you so much. Stay safe.